See, the legend says 40 days after the date, after the person been buried, the thigh supposed to be set free that the soul could flee. I mean, the soul can just leave the body and go away. Pocong come to surface when this not happen after the 40th day. Hey, good night, good evening, late night. How
Hi,
are
good
you
evening.
guys?
Good night. Midnight.
Hey, today is something special. It's about Pocong. Pocong is scary. Pocong is the evil. Pocong is demon. So thank you for indogotv for sponsoring Pocong night with us. So this is how Pocong look.
Ooh.
See, the thing is, Pocong has several characteristic. Yeah. The things scary about Pocong is it's a real dead man walking. Yeah. It's very difficult to describe how it looks, but it's really terrifying. It's like the body in a pale green and decaying face. That means human flesh is going away and the bones are coming out and it's half rotten. And you can start seeing the eyes are coming out, eyeball is coming out without the black, retina in the middle. It's coming out with the reds around it, It's really scary. See, in Pocong, in the Indonesian dictionary, yeah, Pocong is a word from Indonesia, and there are many stories about Pocong Indonesia. See, typical burial of a Muslim Indonesians. After the man dead, a woman or man dead, they do a three type of tying. On the top of the head, the middle of with the hand was tying, and the bottom part was the leg. It's tightly tied, which you can't open it right after that, after the funeral ceremony. Over the head, around the neck, under the feet. It's the most difficult, it's really it's a gruesome after death. Yeah. See, the legend says 40 days after the date, after the person been buried, the thigh supposed to be set free that the soul could flee. I mean, the soul can just leave the body and go away. This is where the miracle part of it, right? So after the 40 days, it should set free by itself. Pocong come to surface when this not happen after the 40th day. The thing is, what if the 40th day, which the soul doesn't leave the body of the dead body? How that feels? Scary, isn't it? See, because of the thigh was even untied under the feet, the Pocong actually cannot move. And he had to hop and jump. It's barely it's move. So when the evil took place of this body, or this pocong, or this cop, I would say the cop. It's known as a pocong. It's a ghost known as a pocong now. Now it needs the help of the victim of untying all the 3 ties on the body of this cop. This is why Pocong is going out, looking and identifying his victim. So what it says is, if anyone have seen a pocong, you should hug the pocong. You get what I said? It sounds insane, but you got to hug the pocong and release the ties. And you know what will happen to you? You become wealthy, or you could become wealthy, because of effectively you releasing the soul would cause the spirit to be grateful and bless you with wealth. So this is like the kind of customs or tradition which fall within this pocong. But all the said and done, but why pocong kill someone? That is the tricky part here. So imagine that you are driving a late night, suddenly you had to put a step on the brake as you see a dead body wrapped in white linen, tied rope, comes hoping to cross the road in front of you. How do you feel?
Feel very scary. Scared to death.
Get to that, yes. So the pocong with a pale green with rotten face, 2 dark eyes, which is hollow holes, in front of you. This is what happened to someone back in Kalimantan. In the middle of the night, he experienced this. So he was saying that it was about 40 to 50 meter range. It rolled along the ground as you put a brake on your car, and it's trying to jump and trying to approach to your car. So in the legend says, it's a deceased person's soul stay in the earth for 40 days after die. Pocong can't walk and hop along the road instead. When it comes to the real person or real man life. See, young girls, because this pocong doesn't know who's man or girl, or, basically it just look for the prey and look for the victim, yeah? So this man, he saw that, he drove the car away from there and he went back home and he said, this is what I saw, guys, please be careful, there's something not right in the village. So these kampung people, these villages in Kalimantan, just imagine, it's far in the deep and they have to walk to the school like 5 kilometers away, and they have to walk like hours in the day, and end of the school they have to walk hours in the evening. Then, so this was another experience by the young girl in the same Kalimantan village, been told, yeah? So the guy who saw the pocong in front of the car was the father. This young little girl was the daughter of his. So end of the day, after she came back school and she had to attend for religious classes in the evening. I think they have this religious class, yeah? And this religious class is just within the neighborhood. See, in the village, houses are not, it's not like in terrace, yeah? You have your house within your lot and you have orchard at the back of your house. And usually you walk through these orchards, you go to the next house, you go to the neighbors, or you go to the mosque, or you go to the community hall, which is, it's kind of common for them. So this evening, this girl to attend a religious class, she was with her torchlights, and usually she don't on the torchlights because she knows the way so well, where it's the orchard, it's so familiar for her. And the place always creepy, right? In the middle of the night, you get all kind of sounds. You had to pass by this orchard. She had to walk like 15 to 20 minutes to pass through this orchard, like all the fruits trees and all this. And she had to reach this religious school. And one night, right after the father told the Pocong, he saw the Pocong on the road. She finished her religious class. She was passing through the same orchard at the back of her house. She recognized all the sounds in the villages. This day, or this night particularly, there's unusual sounds are creeping coming out. The creepy sounds coming out at the one corner of the tree. She was scared and she kept praying, saying the prayers under her breath. She was praying, basically, she was shivering, and she was trying to take the torch and trying to push the torchlight towards where the sound's coming out. She kind of realized that it was a bumping sound behind her. And she felt like this bumping sound is keep following behind her towards, it's just like towards her. She was trying to put a torchlight, turn around while walking fast. She was like touching the light at the back. She can't see anything, and she keep walks fast and fast, and this bumping sound getting louder and louder. And she ran, and she almost reached the house. And once she reached the house, she really got a courage to stand and put a torchlight at the back. What was that? She was trying to look at it. Her eye was full with horrors feeling, and she was like looking at it. And she felt like from far, it's like young baby, it's like young, from far, like young baby been wrapped with white cloth. She really terrified and seeing some kind of crying sound. And she get this sound from this object from far. Go home. I don't disturb you. You should not disturb me. Then the next thing, she immediately ran into the house, locked herself in the room. And she was hugging her legs, and she was crying in the room, which she was shivering. And she felt that somebody, boom, 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 banging the doors. What are you crying about? And she was like, no, I terrified. I saw something today. Her mom said, that was, what did you see? She said, Mom, I saw an object in white, looked like a baby wrapped in white cotton, and he was shouting at me, I don't disturb you. You should not disturb me. And she immediately ran to the mom and hugged her and cried to her. And the mom said, sounds like it was Pocong. And the mom said, you should hug her. She like, what? Hug the ghost? The mom said, yes, you should hug her. And we can all become very wealthy. So this is what the belief, right? Is the belief in the village, yeah? And she was cried at the father back, and the mom was sharing, this is what he should do when he see a Pocong. The father said, yes, but we are not brave enough to do so. And a couple of days passed by. Her mom was passed away. So when the father took his daughter and looked for the village priest or someone, a man who knows the good part of the magic. He said the Pocong took the mom away. That's the end of the story.
Does the Pocong walk? Does
See,
it walk on its feet?
no, he jumped because
Oh.
it's tied, you know, there's 3 point of tying on the head, on the neck, and end of the feet.
This time was
So-
baby, baby.
Yeah.
Baby Pocong.
Wondering why he take away the mom.
See, he can die from any age, right?
Eh?
So you wouldn't know whether it dies at a very young, 1 year old, 2 year old, or you can. That doesn't fix by ages. So this is how it's supposed to look like.
These Pochongs all come from particular race or what?
See, this Pocong thing starts in Indonesia, and usually Indonesians are Muslim, and that's how they practice the burial of a dead person. So that's the end. Let's rediscover more scenarios or more stories about Pocong in coming weeks. Good evening and good
Good night.